Reggae is one of the most distinctive music styles around, with its huge emphasis on hypnotic percussion and bass, as well as steady rhythm. In many ways, reggae gives its listeners a sense of happiness. When you put on reggae music, it feels like you are enjoying the day out in the sun somewhere in the Caribbean. However, reggae is much more than that. Often, its songs explore important topics such as social justice, politics, and Rastafarianism. If you want to explore this genre more, in this post, we're going to be taking a look at the lives and careers of 15 of the greatest and most famous reggae singers of all time. Let's get started. 1. Bob Marley. Any list of reggae singers would not be complete without the iconic Bob Marley, who was born Robert Nesta Marley in 1945. He was born in St. Anne, Jamaica, to a white father and a Jamaican mother. He dropped out of school to focus and pursue his music career. His success started from his work with reggae band Bob Marley and the Wailers, which was formed in the early 60s. They were prolific in producing music throughout the 60s and 70s with hits like Is This Love, Jamming, One Love, Could You Be Loved, and No Woman No Cry, among many others. Even after his passing, his name remains synonymous with reggae, which is a testament to the brilliance of his music and impact on the music world. 2. Peter Tosh. Winston Hubert McIntosh, also known as Peter Tosh, was another member of the Wailers, along with Bob Marley. Even today, his commanding voice remains unmatched. After leaving the Wailers, he launched a successful solo career, even duetting with Mick Jagger while touring with the Rolling Stones. Aside from being one of the most successful reggae artists to date, Tosh was known to give speeches that criticized some politicians. He had a lot of success in his own right and was known for his songs Stepping Razor, Equal Rights, and his cover song of Chuck Berry's song Johnny B. Good. As well, he was a proponent of marijuana legalization, and his song Legalize It became a hit internationally. 3. Desmond Decker. Another important reggae singer was Desmond Decker, who was one of reggae's earliest mainstream stars. He became famous for singing in his authentic Jamaican dialect on classics such as It Meek and Israelites. Decker was credited for introducing rude boy culture to Britain and other parts of the world and paved the way for reggae singers such as Bob Marley to become mainstream. In many ways, he was a trailblazer. Decker continued performing and wowing audiences around the world into the 2000s. 4. Gregory Isaacs. Considered one of Jamaica's most beloved musicians, Gregory Isaacs was not only a king of reggae but also of lovers rock, a genre he pioneered. Isaacs first found fame after performing for the Conchords, who broke up after a few years. His steady rise to fame started in 1978 when he signed to Virgin Records' Frontline. Isaacs released timeless classics such as My Only Lover and Night Nurse. He attributed his unique style to R&B artists such as Percy Sledge, Sam Cooke, and Alton Ellis, among many others. He toured all over the world and became one of reggae's most successful performers. 5. Jimmy Cliff. Jamaican-born James Chambers, also known by his stage name Jimmy Cliff, is the only living reggae artist to have received the Jamaican Order of Merit, which is granted by the Jamaican government to people who have had great achievements in science and art. Cliff's first hit song was Hurricane Hattie, which he recorded at just 14. He introduced millions of people to reggae music after performing in the landmark movie, The Harder They Come, in 1972. Throughout his career, Cliff has enjoyed particularly high popularity in South America and Africa. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2020. 6. Dennis Brown. Born in Kingston, Dennis Brown grew up in a street that had a lot of recording studio activity. From a young age, he was exposed to the Jamaican music scene, and he began performing with big names like Byron Lee and the Dragonaires at only 9 years old. After turning 11, he released a cover of No Man is an Island, which instantly became a hit. In his prolific career, Brown was able to work with major producers like Joe Gibbs and Derek Harriott. His rise to fame intensified after Bob Marley declared him as his personal favorite. 7. Burning Spear. Winston Rodney, also known as Burning Spear, is another reggae singer with Jamaican roots. Like many of his fellow compatriots, he is best known for showcasing Rastafari messages. Burning Spear was the name of his group, which was inspired by Jomo Kenyatta, the first president and prime minister of an independent Kenya. Since the start of his career, he has been a vocal advocate against oppression, and he is one of the most popular proponents of African activism. Spear was nominated for a Grammy for his song, Rasta Business, in 2005, and he won a Grammy for his song, Calling Rastafari, and Jah is Real, in 2000 and 2009, respectively. 8. Toots. Frederick Nathaniel Hibbert, popularly known as Toots, was one of the most distinctive Jamaican reggae singers. Toots was from May Pen, Jamaica, and had a significant influence on reggae and ska, gaining popularity for his energetic, funky, and soulful vocals. When he was a teenager, he formed the Maytals. His electrifying performances continue to be a favorite of many reggae music lovers. Some of his most popular songs include Do the Reggae, as well as his rendition of I Can't Stand the Rain, and I've Got Dreams to Remember. 9. Sizzla. Sizzla Kalonji, born Miguel Collins, is considered one of the most prolific pioneers and leaders of the dancehall movement, whose popularity boomed in the latter half of the 1990s. Born in St. Mary and raised in Augusttown, he grew up witnessing the dancehall explosion in the 1980s, and music became his lifestyle. In his early teenage years, he began his career and made a name for himself. He also toured extensively with Luciano, which earned him critical acclaim. His most famous albums include Praise Ye Jah and Freedom Cry, proving that nobody mixes dancehall rhythms and Rasta principles better than him. 10. Bunny Wailer. Another founding member of the Wailers, Neville O'Reilly Livingston, or Bunny Wailer, was born in the 9 Mile district of St. Ann Parish. Also known as Jah B, his album, Blackheart Man, was well received by fans when he released it after going solo. He followed this release with great hits, including songs from his dancehall tempo album called Rock and Groove.